Thanks for being here, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. The General's here as well. I believe he farted at least twice during our last roll. We are talking today about the positional hierarchy. This was a request. Actually, shout out to Travis, who rolls here at the gym with us. He requested a positional hierarchy video because he said he wasn't able to find like a good one online. So we're just going to go over some basic positional hierarchy stuff. And this is the General's wheelhouse. I'm going to throw it over to Mike.
That's right. All right, so we're going to run through the hierarchy of positions, and we'll start with like what we would consider our most neutral position. All right, so we'll start with a guard. All right, now let's start with a closed guard because you know it's a good common position here. So here in a closed guard, the position's relatively as neutral as it's going to get on the ground, save some 50-50 style positions, which I'm not going to include because I don't consider them standard positions, right? I would consider them maybe one step up off of our basic positional hierarchy, all right? So in a closed guard here, relatively neutral, you know, I have the top position, so I'm able to hold my opponent down. I'm also able to disengage by standing the look to open the guard, but in this same instance, Jared has plenty of tools for attack as well as control over my core, all right? So he's got, in essence, 1, 2, 3, 4 tools, right? And he's utilizing the tools for control, okay? So now if we take a step out of that, we're looking at an open guard, okay? So open guards can be butterfly guards, feet on the hips, you know, all the different things that all have the same thing in common, still 4 tools of use, all right? But now he lacks control over my core, okay, in the open guard. So I would consider that it is starting to like slightly sway into my favor now due to his lack of control over my core, but yet he is still incredibly dangerous and can be very offensive and defend himself well due to the use of all 4 tools. So now as I'm working my way through passing here, we often find ourselves in a half guard position, all right, half of a guard. One of my legs is outside of the guard, one is inside of the guard, and now we're starting to, again, this can be a very good position for the bottom person, right? And like all these positions, like the other end always has something, but they have less and less the further we move. So now that I've kind of like limited it down to like roughly 3 tools now, okay? Still very competently able to defend himself and attack, right? But I'm working my way, as you can see, towards dominance here. Now I'm going to pass through the entirety of the guard, and that leaves me in a side control pinning position, okay? Now everything has really shifted into my favor. Reason being, I have roughly eliminated these 2 tools. I am past the legs, I am past the guard. So that leaves Jared with just his arms as his main tools to create space, eliminate space, attack, and defend, all right? Now from the side control position, I am blocking off one side. However, I lack a lot of control over the other side, so that allows Jared the gift of movement into that direction, which we often take advantage of to re-guard, get our tools back involved. In addition to the side control position of me being past the tools, I'm also likely in a pinning position. And pinning is definitely of great importance. Just like in wrestling and judo, where a pin wins the match, we use pinning just as much in jiu-jitsu. What does a pin do? Limits their ability to move, right? So the less that he can move, the less he can utilize the tools he has left, the less he can attack, the less he can defend, so then I can even further my positional hierarchy, okay? From here, we go across the belly to a mount. It offers me all the same gifts as the side control position. I'm able to have a pin limiting his motion. He is down to just the arms as his main tools to create space, eliminate space, attack, and defend. But now, just as when we were in a guard and he had control of my core, I have control of his core. So I have control over his side-to-side motion as well, which I did not in the side control position. And then that brings us to our last position that we're going to consider our basic positions, and that is our back control position. In this position, I have all those gifts of the mount. I have control over the core. In this particular back control position, I have control over the core, and I have a chest to back connection. And one of the things that we really want to emphasize here is that all 4 of his tools, those arms and legs, they're facing away, so they are as useless as they're gonna be. Now, his legs are definitely able to move him, which will impact my motion, and his arms are definitely in a defensive spot to defend against, you know, my attacks. But, you know, it would be a lot better if he could face me, because then he can use them a little bit more offensively. Now we'll bring it to probably our very last place of positional hierarchy, and that is still back control, belly down, all right? This offers me all those gifts of our standard back control, but I also have pinning pressure, limiting his ability to move greatly, all right? So every step that got better for me progressively got worse for him. So we're seeing like, if I'm in the best position, therefore Jared is in the worst. And as we work our way back to neutral, we just get closer and closer together. Other positions such as knee on belly, different types of leg entanglements, 50-50s and stuff, they're definitely part of that positional hierarchy, but I would consider that more of like, maybe like a, for lack of a better word, like an intermediate level of positional hierarchy.
I think that's pretty concise as to the positional hierarchy. If you have any extra questions about it, feel free to leave them in the comments. Thanks for watching. Thanks to Coach Mike for running us through the basics there. Thanks for subscribing and doing all the liking and stuff. We really appreciate that. I actually didn't tell you. So yesterday I sat on my computer and I created a whole bunch of new shit for the Radical store.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, there's new products in there.
When are they gonna?
They're on there now.
Oh, they're on there now, so you can go look at it now.
You can look at them now. I ordered a couple samples, so we'll see
nice.
which ones are good, so we can make some recommendations.
So make sure you check the store out.
Yeah, and who knows, we might make some custom shit for ourselves and wear it on the channel. Yeah. So thanks for being here. Have a wonderful whatever time of whatever it is for you, and why don't you say?
Come down and train. Testing, 17, 42, Omaha.
Yeah, look at the trail. The people who are watching the credits right now, they can observe our snail trails. Yeah, we got real sweaty.
We leave ladies' minds pretty gross.
Okay, ready?